Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is a new video for you to watch. When will the rapture occur? When it won't, when it's not going to occur, is the subtitle. It's not going to occur before a worldwide revival. Jesus certainly wouldn't take his church home until the church has arrived. We're reminded in the scriptures of a parable of the landowner, where Jesus said a landowner went and hired people in the first hour of the day, then he came out in the third hour of the day, then he came out in the sixth hour of the day, then he came out in the ninth hour of the day, and then he came out in the 11th hour of the day. And he lined them all up after the day's work and paid the people that arrived on the 11th hour, he paid them a full day's wages. And the people who arrived at the beginning of the day complained to him, saying they should have got more. And he said to them, didn't you agree for a day's wages? And why are you jealous that I gave the people in the last hour a day's wages? That's a parable about the last day's revival and how the harvest will come in and how there'll be great evangelists in the very last days. And so Jesus isn't going to come back and return to the world until the world has been reaped. And he's got his reaping angels that are going to come and work with evangelists and reap the world and save the world. And so it just makes sense. Now, I can understand the average Christian doesn't really care too much about anyone else but themselves. And it's a sad fact of the matter. It's sad to consider, but that's basically how Christians behave. They don't really care about anyone but themselves. And, I've had a couple of visions to hell and experienced hell, and I wouldn't want anyone going there. And I've got a heart for people, and so I share the gospel as much as I can. But the average Christian just wants to go to heaven themselves, so they believe the rapture can happen at any time. Although it would be criminal for Jesus to come back without a last day's thrust of saving people. So it won't come before revival. It won't come before saints are glorified. Isaiah 60 speaks of a prophecy in the last days, and it talks about saints being glorified. And I'll read it here. Arise and shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, a deep darkness the people, but the Lord will arise over you, and his glory will be seen upon you. The Gentiles shall come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your rising. In the last days, saints are going to be glorified. Their skin is going to shine like this light is shining on my skin, and people are going to stand out. The last days workers are going to stand out and have answers for the people. They're going to be a tree of life to people, and people are going to come to the Christian church for answers. It's not going to happen before great darkness has come to the world. And it says in verse 2 here, for behold, darkness will cover the earth, and a deep darkness the people. So the rapture isn't going to come until that darkness has descended on the world. And the beauty of the darkness is it's going to make the people with the light of God, the people who shine the light of God, the people that walk around with the glory of God, it's going to make them shine even brighter. And many of those revivalists are going to be saving people and leading people to Christ. It's going to be a wonderful, exciting time on earth to reap a harvest for the Lord. And many people are going to be trained in evangelism and win people to the Lord. The revival isn't going to, the rapture isn't going to come before the last day's temple is built. Daniel records that the Antichrist is going to go and sit in the temple and desecrate the temple and stop the sacrifices. In order for him to stop the sacrifices have got to be happening. And so there's got to be a third millennial temple built, and that hasn't been built yet. So there's going to be no rapture until that temple has been built. And it's got to be existing in Jerusalem before the Antichrist comes. And so if you're looking for a short-term rapture, if you're looking for a rapture to come any day now, the rapture isn't going to come until you've seen a temple. It's not going to come. So the rapture isn't tomorrow, but it will come like a thief. When the rapture comes, Jesus will come like a thief in the night. And if you had known when the thief was going to break in, you'd be awake. So the rapture is going to come as a thief in the night. The second coming is going to come exactly 7 years after the Antichrist reigns, starts in power. So there's going to be no surprise in the second coming. But the first coming, the rapture, is going to be a total surprise. So the rapture isn't tomorrow, folks. The rapture isn't anytime soon. And for you people thinking that life is too hard and life is too difficult and Jesus better come and rescue us and take us away, you've got to wake up to yourself and learn what it is to be a Christian and start to walk in the promises of God, because we've got some time left. They haven't even started building the temple, and it's not until it's fully built that the Antichrist can sit in it. So I just thought I'd put this video out to dissuade all the people thinking that they're going to be taken away in this rapture when it's not going to appear anytime soon. I'm a prophet, and I prophesy over people, and you can request a prophecy at my personal prophecy website. And I've got a thing called a prophetic destiny blueprint, where I can do a life scroll on your life and tell you 9 things that the Holy Spirit has designed you to do. And you can request that at my prophetic website, which the link will be in the first comment section of this video. God bless.